Hey guys, I'm wearing my mic as a clip-on earring. Isn't that kind of funny? Okay, that probably wasn't the best option, so we're just gonna stick that on my glasses up there and hope everything turns out alright. This is really overdue. It's a review of my crusty little Samsung Galaxy Flip 7. I had been meaning to make a review on this a month after I received it, and then I was like, who cares what I think? But I am a real user of this phone, okay? I am an actual person that is investing time in this thing. This is my main. So maybe people would care. So I months later came to the conclusion that my opinion actually does matter, okay? We came full circle. And what did we gain from it? Additional time and experience with the phone. So I can give you my pros and my cons. I fully enjoy using this though, and I love it. So really quickly, it's a joy, it's a delight. No matter how many cons there are, and there are cons, it doesn't outweigh my joy of using the phone. And I am using it. I don't have huge and I'm not one of the affected people where this was damaged anyway, or is not usable, or has ever been not usable for me. Do those people exist where the phone doesn't work for them? Yes. I'm just not one of those people, so just want to be straight up about that. Now, I've never had any flip phone except when I was in 6th grade. I don't remember what phone it was. It was probably a Motorola of some kind, not the slim one, a thick one. I used to be Apple. Let me let you know. I didn't switch for this. I switched originally from Apple to, I believe, a Google Pixel. The Google Pixel is the one that ultimately stole my heart and transformed me. And I would have stayed with Google should they have come out with a flip. But they remained ignorant to the wants of the people. So here I am. I gave Samsung a chance again, and this has been my experience. I guess I'll start off with positives, the realities versus my expectations. Now, when I first got the phone, I did encase it. I did get a case with a ring magnet on the back. There's some moisture there. That's nice to discover, and some sand. I put a screen protector on this. That has been on my phone from the beginning. Have I dropped the phone before? Absolutely, absolutely I have. I've tried really hard not to, and I will say this is the phone I have least dropped in my entire life. Like, I have truly been so careful. One time I did drop it while it was closed. We all good. And another time I dropped it when it was open like this. And yes, we are all good. I will show you, or I'll try to show you the damage. Most damage I can find is, I don't even think it was from dropping it. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to show you that. Okay, it is very superficial. You can kind of feel it with your finger. It's nothing too deep. In terms of damage from the front screen, I'm going to have to, truly so difficult. But here you go. Yeah, you can kind of see more of like a scrape right over here. And in addition to that, a little bit of a line up here. Again, very difficult to see ultimately. But they are not in the actual screen, the flexible screen. It is on the little protector thing that's on here that can be replaced. But I don't want to replace it because I don't have any additional issues with it. I don't have any lifting that sometimes people report right here at the hinge. I've seen numerous posts on Reddit, on the Flip subreddit, on past models and this one of that occurring. I have never experienced that, thank goodness, because once that starts, apparently it gets really bad, and that can cause like the black lines on the inner screen. Nope, not a problem for me. And even this scrape that I have no hinge damage, even though both of my cases technically don't have a hinge protector. Thank goodness for that. I don't have this paint scrapey damage. I truly believe, because I don't know if you already picked up on this, every single phone case I've gotten for this, and to be fair, it's only been 2 cases, this part snaps off right over here. The types of cases I have received for both of them are always one connected piece Was it? I want to say, yeah. I had the Casetify case for this phone as well as this cheap one on Amazon. And it's kind of connected here, and I expected this to break first, but no, it's fine. It's this part that broke. So that's kind of annoying, but this is my second case where it happened. And of course, this is the most sensitive part because it's such a very, like, too much pressure for how thin the piece of plastic is connecting here. So that is annoying. Finding a case for this phone, not the best. You will, I feel like, be on an endless hunt for something that ultimately does not satisfy you completely, but that's okay. That's life. Something that surprised me when I initially got the phone was the actual feel of the inner screen. It feels soft, you know? And of course, it's a flexible screen. What did I expect? I don't care about the notch. I have never cared about being able to see or feel this bump, which you really can usually only see when it's off like this, and I'm doing this little thing to specifically highlight this. It is a foldable phone. Of course there's gonna be a bump. Like, I don't even understand in what world we're living in where we're trying to get rid of that bump. That's not the priority. Don't get a foldable phone if it's gonna bother you. Like, that's so... It's like asking for a bulletproof glass that's also made of Jello. Okay, it's just like asking for two opposite things that you should not try to make one. All right, what I would ultimately even be happy for is if this phone was more of a DS style. There is a clean separation, so we don't even have to care about it being flexible. Like, that's a gimmick. Okay, I love that this can fold. I don't need it to be one whole screen that folds. It can be two separate folds like a DS that does that. I'm totally happy with that. Sorry, rant over. So do I use the front cover? Yes, I do. I use it the most when I'm running because I like how small it is when I'm on a joggy jog. I don't want to be holding a giant tablet when I'm running. And I don't want to get a separate device just to play music. Like my phone, I want to run with it. I love that I can grip it a little better because it can become smaller. So I have good lock. I open my Spotify, and this is primarily how I'm like switching music when I'm on my walks or on my runs. I know there is a dedicated Spotify on the screen, the simplified screen that's native to the phone. I don't really prefer or like to use that. I like to just go on the Spotify app that I have via GoodLock. I want the full access. I like that I can change this screen to fit above the camera. I love that. You can even do more of like a longer version if whatever the formatting doesn't work and you want to see something that you could only see if it was like a phone orientation. I like that that's just an option, even though it's not the most aesthetic. And then I like that you can fill up the whole screen too. But it is annoying when you're trying to access something and it's just like behind the cameras. Yeah, calculator's handy. I'm trying to really think about like, what do I really use on the screen? That about covers it. I do think whenever I travel, I'm going to add, oh yeah, I did already add it, the map, because I really don't enjoy how I'll have a map open when it's open and I'm trying to find a place and it's still showing me directions, and then I close it and it's gone. So now I just would go from here directly. I'm just showing my address, lol. Just go there directly with the map, and then that's also really handy. Sometimes I even go on Instagram on the front screen, let me be real, and that's been a joyous experience. Last item that I really use the front screen for is the camera. This is pretty legendary. Anyone who doesn't have this phone identifies it and acknowledges that it is legendary. The fact that you can have the front screen camera, the quality of a front screen, and see yourself, game changer. Absolutely incredible, amazing. The folds do not do it like the flip. The flip is the best format for this, and that is literally one of the biggest, ginormous reasons why I got this phone. As stupid as that sounds, because I don't even take a lot of selfies like that. But when you're in a group and you can just pop this out and be like, you want to look at yourself? You want to look at yourself and you want the photo to be the most high definition your front camera could never on any camera that exists right now? Sorry, I'm yelling. I love that you can just do a little hand gesture and it takes the photo. I like that I can literally set up the camera like this on a table, like this on a table, whatever. I walk away. We can take a group photo. There's always a little surface that you can put your camera on, set it up on, and take a beautiful photo on it. No one has to be sacrificed. Everyone can be included. And like you will be the go-to to take the photo. The camera even auto senses like when there's two people or one person, it kind of like zooms in automatically and adjusts. Beautiful. Works wonderfully. I have no complaints about it. In terms of the main phone screen, I mean, it's a regular phone. Like, I don't really have much to say about it. It works beautifully. I use it open all the time. When I charge it open only just because I literally heard one person online say that's what they have done on their previous models and it has never done them wrong. I've had this phone since September of 2025, so about 7 months now. Did I honestly love the transition from the beauty of a non-bloated Google phone? No, I didn't. I'm going to be honest, no, I didn't. Because Google Pixel is my ideal slim experience. But I got over it. Samsung's like, it's not the end of the world. There is a bit of redundancy. I don't use their version of, like Word or Google Sheets. Like if I'm going to use a Microsoft alternative, I'm using the Google's alternative. Samsung Pay, I don't use that, even though it is so much more useful than using Android or like a Google Pay. It's so much easier to just pull up your wallet on the front screen. So that would be another use for the front screen. It'd be no problem. Now, for the cons, what do I find to be a little bit of a pain in the booty ooty ooty? One of my biggest complaints is something that is actually nothing unique to me. It's just that sometimes specifically with Instagram, I wish I could show you. It'll like only show part of the screen, like it shifts to the side. It's not a huge complaint because I can easily swipe the app away to delete it and then open it up again and it's solved. It doesn't take restarting the phone or anything. It's just solved. However, I do feel like that's a crazy glitch to have on a major app and to not fix it. But I say that, and let me be honest, I am thinking about it. It's been, I want to say, about 3 weeks to a month since I've had that issue. So I haven't had it lately. I used to have it all the time, but maybe they did fix it. But that was my complaint, if it still exists. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but like that's literally the only con I have because I'm having a fantastic time. I think my expectations were so much lower. All right, I really was reluctant. I just really wanted a foldable phone for the size and the front camera options that would be available. I didn't go with a Motorola because if you actually can go into like a Best Buy or like a phone store and compare the two, you would feel that the build quality of the Samsung is leagues away from the Motorola. Motorola feels very plasticky. One of my biggest concerns was, of course, the hinge and getting things inside of it because it is waterproof. Okay, I've gotten it wet plenty of times, went out in the rain with it plenty of times, haven't had an issue, haven't even had that like warning water in port issue. But it's not resistant to dust. And that was a concern for me because I go to the beach often. There is salt in the air around me, okay? Living like surrounded by beaches. There's sand in every one of my bags, surely. I mean, I took this off and you could see moisture from the humidity or whatever else this could be. Yes. What else was there? Sand. There's also sand. Yet I've had no problems. I have had no problems. I used to be very careful bringing this to the beach. I put it inside of a plastic bag, things like this. But I grew lazy, careless over time. And I would just use it at a beach regularly, and there's such fine microscopic little grains in that sand, and yet my phone has still survived. It hasn't had an issue. I'm good. I'm trying to hear if there's a cracking noise. This is what it sounds like when it opens and closes. Open. So if you listen closely, yeah, you can hear it. Some tiny sounds, but nothing huge, nothing that jumps at me as being out of the ordinary. Nothing that bothers me. All right, and that is kind of all that comes to mind. I'm just speaking very frankly as if you were a regular person that was asking me about my phone and if I liked it, and I'm giving you my honest opinions on it. I do like to mobile game. Have I ever mobile gamed on this phone? No, I put that behind me. I'm trying to live a better life. I actually play on the PS5 now. Whoa, I transitioned into controller gaming, which is really wild because it's really hard. I'm not good at orienting myself with joysticks. Okay, I'm always doing this. Can't talk about what it's like to game on this phone. Sorry. But everything else, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I do love that you can customize things on here. People think it's super cute. And that is my review. I know it's not typical. It's not beautiful. It's not even one organized thought. It jumped around a lot, but I hope this helped you. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And yeah, if they come out with new iterations of this, I'd be happy to try them. I'm excited that Apple will be making some kind of a flip, though I hear it's more of a fold than a flip. Okay, not what the people want. I hope they're actually going to come out with a flip because it's what the people want and it'll make the market more competitive. Love that. People are going to actually try harder to outdo one another. And I want everyone to be able to experience the joy of a foldable, of a flippable phone. Everyone deserves that. And they shouldn't miss out on it just because their stupid phone manufacturer refuses to do it. So yeah, thank you so much. Hope this was useful to you and you have a wonderful night. I'm so sorry. I've been crying because I've been watching The Pit. Why are they doing this every single episode? Okay, thank you. Hope you're having a good day.